The moon. We see it nearly every night, a silver disk in the sky. Peaceful, familiar. But in truth, it's far more than a pretty face in the dark. It's the invisible hand stabilizing life on Earth, and we barely realize how much we depend on it. So what if one night it simply vanished? No explosion, no warning, just gone. At first, it would seem like nothing happened. The day would pass like any other. But when night fell, something would feel off, deeply off. The sky would seem strangely empty, and from that moment, everything would start to unravel. The moon is not just a satellite. It's a regulator, a stabilizer, a key part of the Earth's delicate balance. Without it, that balance collapses, quietly at first, then catastrophically. The first and most immediate effect? Tides. Right now, the moon's gravity pulls Earth's oceans, creating predictable tides across the globe. Remove the moon, and those tides would collapse almost instantly. Small, chaotic tides would remain, driven by the sun, but they would be far weaker and completely erratic. Coastal ecosystems would begin to fall apart. Mangroves, tidal marshes, estuaries, habitats that rely on predictable tidal rhythms would be thrown into chaos. Species that evolved to survive between high and low tides would start to die. Crabs, mussels, shorebirds. Entire food webs would collapse, but that's just the beginning. Earth's rotation is held stable in part by the moon. Our planet is tilted at about 23.5 degrees, and the moon helps keep that tilt relatively constant. Without the moon, Earth's tilt would begin to wobble. Slowly at first, but over thousands, possibly even hundreds of years, it could become wild. Sometimes Earth might tilt so far that the poles point toward the sun. Other times, the equator could face the sun directly for months or years at a time. This would wreak absolute havoc on the climate. Some areas would bake under endless sunlight, while others would freeze in permanent darkness. The seasons we know, spring, summer, fall, winter, could become completely unrecognizable or disappear entirely. Weather patterns would destabilize. Agricultural zones would shift. Droughts and floods would become more common. Crops would fail. Famine would spread. Next comes Earth's rotation. Right now, the moon's gravitational pull acts as a brake, slowly slowing Earth's spin. Without that friction, days on Earth could become shorter over time. At first, the difference would be small. But in millions of years, we could be looking at 18-hour days, or even less. That change wouldn't just affect clocks. It would rewrite life itself. Circadian rhythms, animal migrations, the patterns of sleep, feeding, and reproduction, everything would be impacted. Many species would fail to adapt, and many would die. Ocean currents would shift too. Right now, tides play a role in driving global circulation. Take them away, and the oceans become more stagnant. Warm and cold water stops mixing properly. That means some areas overheat, others become too cold. Plankton populations collapse, coral reefs die, fisheries vanish. But the consequences aren't just ecological, they're human. Many ancient cultures relied on the moon for calendars, navigation, agriculture, even religious ceremonies. Even today, we use lunar cycles to guide planting, fishing, and animal breeding. Remove the moon, and we lose a natural rhythm we've followed for tens of thousands of years. And then there's biology. Studies suggest human sleep cycles and mood may be influenced by the moon. Without it, we could see subtle but widespread psychological effects. Sleep disorders, mood instability, higher rates of anxiety and depression. For nocturnal animals, the moon is more than a light source. It's a navigation tool. Predators use it to hunt. Prey uses it to hide. Without it, nighttime ecosystems would become far more dangerous or empty. Some sea turtles would stop nesting. Frogs might stop singing. Entire breeding cycles would collapse. And don't forget the visual impact. The moon is the brightest object in the night sky. Its absence would make nights significantly darker. City lights would glow more sharply. Stars would stand out more. But the sense of something missing would be overwhelming. People would notice every night, for the rest of time. But the scariest part? The moon may have been critical to the development of life on land. The repeated rise and fall of tides likely helped early organisms transition from sea to shore. Without those forces, it's possible that land-based life, including us, might never have evolved at all. Some scientists even argue that the moon is what made Earth habitable in the first place. And here's the kicker. The moon is moving away. Every year it drifts about 1.5 inches farther from Earth. Over millions of years, it will have less influence on tides, less influence on rotation, less influence on everything. Eventually, the Earth may wobble more, tides may weaken. We're already on that path. And if, somehow, A massive object struck the moon and knocked it out of orbit? Or a theoretical alien force stole it? Or it simply disintegrated? The outcome would be the same. Quieter planet, a darker sky, a dying ecosystem, a world off balance. So next time you look up and see that glowing sphere in the sky, remember this. Without the moon, we wouldn't just lose the tides. We wouldn't just lose the light. We'd lose the planet we know, and possibly ourselves. Subscribe us for more videos.